Hello, welcome to Chrysalis, Invictus. This is a reading specifically for feminines. So if you identify as the feminine counterpart in a romantic situation, this is a reading for you. I've really been called to do this reading. It is going to be in-depth love and physical connection. We're going to use these cards first, so Lover's Path Tarot, to outline what's going on in this situation, and then dig a little bit deeper with the Love Oracle cards, and I have the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot to clarify. Okay, so let's start. So, show me the feminine in this relationship. We have the Ten of Arrows reversed, the masculine. King of Cups. Okay, so currently the masculine is holding the love in this relationship. The masculine is very aware of the love in this relationship, and the feminine is in, what would you call that? What are you know, it's like being fed up, being at the end of your rope, being unsure, just, you know, it's sort of like having exhausted all thoughts and options, surrender, perhaps, for some of you. I feel like this is going to take different shapes, different names, different aspects as we, you know, as it moves through each of my viewers. So whatever you would like to say here, it's this, you know, you're done with something. You're done with, maybe you're done with love. Maybe you're done with overthinking love. You're done with making up excuses, right? So with the King of Cups, this is someone who very much has learned how to be love, like holds it within themselves, holds it within their being. You know, there could have been, I'm feeling like this is something that the feminine doesn't know. There could be no communication here because of the blocked arrows. It's, you know, the arrows are not facing toward the masculine. So this could be about something other than the masculine. Let's clarify. What's going on with this Ten of Arrows? So you're fed up, you're done, you're ready to, okay. So there's some kind of like obsessive energy. Yeah, being burnt out on obsession, being burnt out on thinking about this person, feeling chained, feeling trapped, and wanting to move, wanting things to move. So this could be, you know, a situation that's been kind of stuck for a period of time. This could be something that I'm just feeling from the feminine, just like being very almost ambivalent, but at the same time being restless for change. Like, do I stay or do I go? Is this something that I need to stick around for, or is there change, right? Let's clarify the masculine's energy, since this is a reading for feminines. Okay. We have the Fool reverse. The Ten of Wands reverse. Justice. I'm getting that the masculine maybe tried to have a new beginning or wanted to have a new beginning, and it was kind of blocked. His energy is kind of like, this is unfair. It feels, with the Ten of Wands, there's a reflective energy with the Ten of Swords, where it's like, you know, do I put down this burden? Do I stay or do I go? This is really interesting because you're both kind of asking the same questions. Maybe this isn't a reading just for the feminines. You know, this could be for the masculines as well. Or maybe you thought you were the feminine and you're really resonating with the masculine. I feel like that could also be very true. So what I'm getting is that there's this kind of new starts, or there's something that's meant to be easy, or this relationship was easy and now it's hard. And rather than, it's almost like the masculine made some sort of gesture and the feminine is just like, nah, I'm burnt out, and it's not moving anywhere because they don't know where to move it to. We've got some confused people here, and at the bottom of the deck, the Tower reversed. The Tower reversed is resisting something falling apart, resisting some kind of change. It's almost like you have to let each other go in order to come back together. When I'm looking at this from a different perspective, we have cycles ending. We have a cycle of struggle and a cycle of mental anguish and pain. There is the energy of new beginnings here, but there's also the energy of codependence. And I think this is something that has been very difficult to navigate in this relationship. Let's get some oracle cards to round out the energy. Okay, let's get 3 oracles for the feminine. We have clock. Okay, so feminine has put some sort of time constraint on this relationship. Palm tree is looking for some kind of stability, security, and then separation. So the feminine energy is really longing for stability, security, for a relationship, for this to work out. That was kind of what they were hoping for. So now they're missing. I do feel like there's a separation, or there's some kind of energetic separation where they're longing for the masculine. They're wanting to be with him. And for him, cassette. So replaying old conversations in their head. Hammer wanting to oscillating between wanting to reconstruct and wanting to walk away. And ascending, but there's growth. There's growth and there's change in the masculine. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at what's blocking them. Okay, what is blocking them? King of Staves. And contemplation, Hermit energy. I don't know if this is Hermit, but that's how I'm reading it. Okay, so this is interesting. What's blocking the feminine is this passionate need to drive something forward, to end a cycle, it's almost like the more that they want this, the more that it destructs. That's the kind of energy that's there. As well, the King of Staves, but in this deck is represented by Wotan, which is Odin, and there's this kind of contract that you enter into with Odin where your gifts are at a cost. It's very transactional, and I think that what's blocking the feminine is this need for things to be 100% reciprocal, for there to be complete this for that sort of thing. It's like, look, I'm putting this much energy in, you're not putting that much energy in. And especially when we look at the masculine, who is being blocked by his need for self-healing, for going within, but for reflecting within himself. So the King of Cups, energy is quite loving, especially upright. It's a very loving energy. It's a very caring energy. But this is someone who is enacting love through concealing themselves or hiding away. So this could be in more toxic forms. This could be, just ignoring, avoiding. So we're going to clarify the King of Spades. Clarify the King of Spades. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. The Ten of Cups. The need to control in order to get the desired outcome. And the Six of Cups reverse. Six of Cups reverse came out when I was shuffling for this reading. So this is a really important message. The Six of Cups can be regression. It can be grasping at something that fulfills a need that you had as a child that was never fulfilled in you. It can be enacting childhood wounds. There's a lot here to do with control out of fear of not being able to have happiness just naturally, like of not trusting the love in the first place, feeling the need to hold it tight or pull it tight. This is kind of like when someone gets, and I'm not saying that you're being clingy, but when someone gets clingy, and it's almost a way of pushing someone away. It's kind of, that's what I'm getting. It's that blocking energy. It's almost like happiness and what they want ultimately, what they're driving for, which is what I said here, is what's kind of hurting them ultimately. And it comes from this innocent kind of place, like an inner child sort of place. And we'll clarify the contemplation card. Nine of Cups. Such reflective energies here. I guess when we're doing divine masculine, divine feminine, it's always going to be that way. The Sun reverse. Okay, so the masculine is experiencing some depression and is trying to get something off the ground. So some sort of material project, or this could be to do with their physical health. But they're really they're working on something to offer, or they may feel currently, because of the Sun reverse, that they have nothing to offer. And they really don't when they're in their hermit mode, because they're bringing it into themselves. They're creating this happiness for themselves and making their wishes come true, or at least becoming clear on what their wishes are. I think it's really interesting that we have the 9 to the 10, that the progression here indicates for me that there is a strong connection between the masculine and the feminine, that there's a need for individual work, like working on themselves, but also that when they come together, there's work. And at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So this is an indication that the passion, or the, at the moment when each of them feels passion for one another, like at that spark of passion, there's a bit of a retreat, okay? There's a bit of a withdrawal or withholding, because this is what's blocking you. So not being able to fulfill your own wishes and your own desires, maybe because of depression, or because of something that's happened that's cast a shadow. This could be grief as well with the Sun reversed, and not really feeling like you have anything to offer. This is the masculine I'm speaking to. So he doesn't really feel like he has anything to offer. It's actually the same. The feminine is blocked by the inability to cultivate this happiness and to let go of things, with the Devil. And then this, it's like really, really holding on to some stuff from the past, especially with the Six of Cups. Okay, and feeling like You know, there could be something here too with the feminine that, like, I'm getting older, like I don't know whether I'm going to be able, how much longer I'm going to be able to have children, that kind of thing. That could be coming up as well if that's part of the story or the narrative in your connection. Then we're going to get some oracle cards to clarify. Keys on a ring. I feel I just heard that what's blocking the feminine is she keeps losing the keys. She keeps forgetting where she put them. Interesting. All of the cups in the feminine are in the blocked energy. So what's blocked is love. She keeps forgetting where she put it. So there's a need for a new change or a rekindling, a transformation of some kind. So there may be a transformation. Well, with the Tower reversed, there's a transformation that's being blocked. Something's not being let go of. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, self-indulgence. And we had that healing card as well in her energy. So it's really like, I'm really feeling like the feminine is doing what they need to do and the masculine is doing what they need to do. But we are going to keep working at this. We're going to see how, next we're going to see how they're connected, how you're connected to your person. Heart with a key. Shut up. What? What's blocking the masculine is that his heart has a key. The feminine has the key to his heart. Okay, and he's thinking very seriously about the feminine, wanting long-term commitment, big connection. If you're the feminine, do you even know about this? Comment down below. The snake, competition. Okay, so there may be someone else. There may be someone that the masculine is having a hard time letting go of. Could also be that there's some jealousy here as well with the reflective energies, the Four of Pentacles. Maybe both of you are jealous. Maybe both of you are looking out. But one thing that I will mention with this is that the snake tends to show up when the other pulls away. So when the feminine pulls away, this may be why the masculine shows up, because he can feel her pulling away and then wants to pull her back in, which does not mean that it's true love. Keep that in mind. I do have the disclaimer in my thing. You know, there can be, well, it can be love, but it doesn't mean that it's healthy love that you build a partnership on. But we'll see. Princess of Cups is what connects you. Okay, so you're connected by love. You're connected by love. This is a beautiful, loving, flawed love. There's this underlying sense of peace and serenity and calm and bliss and lovingness that for some reason right now neither one of you is able to access. It seems like it's because of personal growth, issues that have nothing to do with each other. Maybe you've taken them out on each other. Let's clarify this Princess of Cups. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, okay. The Three of Swords and the Ace of... Oh no, that's the Magician. Okay, so you manifested each other. What connects you is that you manifested each other. But when you manifested each other, you brought each other in a time in your life where you were too defensive, where you were dealing with heartbreak, when you were dealing with disappointment from other relationships. And so though there was a lot of love here, there's also a lot of defensiveness. There's a lot of feeling stuck, of feeling burnt, of taking things out on each other. And there's a need for this relationship to thrive. There's a need for each person to be in their personal power, or at least recognize their part or the power that they hold within this connection. Let's get some oracle cards to clarify. Cupid's arrow. This may have come as a surprise to both of you. I feel like you were not looking for each other, or it could be that you were friends and that something, like just one day you kind of looked at each other and you were like, oh, maybe you're cool. Yeah, it seems like it kind of struck you, and so you weren't really ready, which is where this messiness could come from. If you weren't ready or didn't feel ready or hadn't healed certain aspects that were needed. We also have girl with a snake. Okay, so with the empath narcissist paradigm, I'm really feeling like this could be a situation, and take it how it resonates, but this could be a situation where you're kind of projecting onto each other the paradigms that you've had before, is what I'm getting, that you're kind of looking at. Like with the snake, it's sort of like looking at someone like a snake when they're not. Maybe they have some behaviors that are similar to someone that you knew that deceived you before, but it's like both of you are kind of eyeing each other with a certain level of suspicion, but I think it has more to do with like past experience than current actions. Passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. So ultimately this is what you have connecting you. And with this, the magician energy, that's potent. Like that means that you can, like, that's sex magic. Like that means that you can connect with each other in such a way that you are able to create like worlds, like create a world together. It's almost like a real life version of what they do in Inception, where they create that world together. That's what you can do, right? Because the moment of orgasm is a moment of creation. It's the most generative moment there is. That's when, you know, you can make a baby, but you can also harness that energy to create the life that you want. So that's why sometimes when people get together, they have that power together. I'm not going to be too specific, but I mean, like, let's look at Beyonce and Jay-Z. That's no mistake. So we're going to take a look at the physical connection now, coming from the feminine. All right, so the feminine, the feminine is very attracted to the masculine, okay, with the world. Like, this is earth-shattering. This is something that's just can't be compared, and there's no point in doing it, right? It's not something that they've ever experienced before. They feel worshipped. They feel, even if you've never been with this person before, this is how it would feel. With the two of chalices, there is so much loving connection here as well, so it's emotionally fulfilling. It's also with the with the magician and with the world. This is like, there's life before you get together and there's life after you get together, okay? And so it's a big deal. And the Knave of Pentacles, okay, so it's very sensual. It's potentially very, this is how the feminine experiences it. It's kind of like slow moving, but yeah, very like Taurus, very thorough. Is what I want to say. And for the masculine, so it's definitely an attraction, a deep attraction. The masculine is the, oh wait, what was that? That was the Knave of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, okay. So the feminine really likes the masculine's voice. Yes. And then the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. The masculine likes to tease it out and is really attracted to, I feel like, watching the feminine do her work or do something, like just witnessing her in some way. Yeah, the way that she moves through the world and like her power is a real aphrodisiac. And the Five of Wands. Okay, so there is some kind of like possessiveness, and this feeling of like the masculine does not like to think of the feminine with other people at all. Like, some people are into that. Like, he does not like that at all. It's like, mine. Mine. But it comes with this, like, real intensity that could be very devil-like energy, actually. It can be very obsessive. I think that the masculine thinks about what he wants to do a lot, and teases it out, and that's something that can be felt. Like, that intention is very strong, and again, with the passion and the magician, like, it's felt. It's really, really felt. But it's very earthy. And then we have the Knave of Wands. Wow. So really passionate communication here. Really passionate and sensual communication. So there's both physical, both types of physical communication here. So this could be very well be the way that the masculine expresses his love. And there's like a dance, there's movement, there's something about it being part of the everyday. Like, it's not something, it's like a big part of this relationship is how they express to each other physically. Okay, let's take a look at what's hidden in this connection. I'm just going to keep building on top of all of these. What is... Leave me a comment down below. Tell me if this resonates. You know, with these general readings, it feels like there's messages for different people at different times. Like, it's not one consistent message necessarily for someone, but it definitely has the potential to be that. What's hidden is this Ace of Coins. What's hidden is... This is the Ace of Coins that the masculine was working on. What's hidden is what the masculine is doing. What's hidden is the masculine's intention. The feminine doesn't know what the masculine is doing. It doesn't know that there's some kind of thing that's missing. Doesn't know. What I'm getting is, like, there's this energy of building a nest that she doesn't know anything about. It's like, it's like he's creating what she's trying to manifest, what she's trying to make. The Two of Swords. You can't see each other's decisions. You can't see each other's thoughts right now, but you're kind of, you're kind of planning the same thing. So whatever side you're sitting on, you know, if you're the masculine and you're planning this thing, just know that, like, what you're thinking is what they're thinking. You're both wanting to create this situation. This is what's hidden. For some of you, this could be different. For some of you, it could be that you're making plans to move on, and you're manifesting something outside of this relationship. So this is a very different message that's coming through now. There's been some sort of offer, and you would know about this. There's been some sort of offer that is going to take you away from where they live. But for most of you, I feel like what's happening is the masculine is planning something, and there may be a move involved. There may be like a change in where you live. This masculine really loves this feminine. I'm going to get some oracle cards to clarify what this might be. This one wants to fall out. The Sword and the Rose. Clarity, truth. Yeah, protection, power. There's some kind of situation where it's like the masculine's like, I got you. And the feminine doesn't even know that he's doing it. The Grim Reaper. Okay, so the masculine, or what's hidden, something is closing out. Something is being closed so something can start again. Too many cards fell out. I'm going to get one more, please. One more to clarify. Talking. A weighted message arrives. There's some kind of communication message that hasn't been... You guys, are you even talking? This is what's hidden. Alright, let's move on and let's see the outcome. What is the outcome? What is the possible outcome of this connection? The 10 of Staves reversed. That was the masculine's energy. This is all on the masculine. The masculine is fully in control of the situation. Like, it's all up to whether or not they can close out this cycle. Are they able to close out this cycle? Are they able to move on? Are they able to look at this relationship as the loving connection that it is, acknowledge their love, acknowledge their passion, and come in? Or are they going to what's the alternative? You know, either way, they've got to put down the burden. They've got to put down the attitude about this. You know, I feel like the masculine is holding a grudge is almost what I'm getting. Like, it's almost there. It's almost ready. The outcome is determined by their willingness to acknowledge the feelings that they have. I don't know. There's so much love here. It's very confusing. I can see why you're watching a reading. Okay. 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's been some sort of conflict. There's been some sort of conflict. Queen of Cups. The masculine sees the feminine in this situation. So if you're the feminine, the masculine sees you as like their divine counterpart. Death. But something's got to change. Something's got to transform. We had the Grim Reaper. We've had death several times. What's got to change? What needs to change? I'm going to pull... What needs to change? Let's get a card for you guys. This. The 2 of Staves. Location? Is this all about distance? Okay, if you're the masculine and this is all about distance, it's a little bit dramatic. Don't hate. Love you. It's just it's like turning this passion into something. That's what needs to change. It being stuck as just a spark. It being stuck as like, you know, a buried passion. Maybe the feminine doesn't even know the masculine feels this way. Let's clarify the 2 of Staves. Commitment. The Hangman reverse. Yeah. Okay. And the 3 of... Yeah. What? It's like... What needs to change is commitment to like taking this relationship out of a place of suspension and friendship, celebration. It's like it's almost like the masculine wants to know that the feminine is going to marry them without, or is going to commit to them without actually asking. Okay, clarify this for me. Clarify what needs to change. The commitment to acts, stop the pattern, okay? Silent treatment, abandonment. Okay, so some people, you need to talk. You need to talk with this. You need to talk. You've had enough time, enough perspective, potentially. You need to talk. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. There's two stories going on here. For some of you, this is definitely a breakup, okay? This is definitely like, there's so much tense energy. If there's not a lot of love here for you, if there is not an intense amount of love, and this does not feel like a soul connection where you are, how am I going to put this? It's like, do you feel that this person ultimately is kind and ultimately wants you to be happy? But you can see that from behind this kind of barrier, it's like every time words come out of your mouth, they're the wrong words that are coming out of your mouth. And then the wrong words are coming out of their mouth, or you're hearing them wrong, or they're hearing your words wrong. And you can both tell that this is going on. This is what's happening. This is not people directly attacking each other because because they're not capable of healing or something like that. Like this is two people, two good people trying to make it work. Coffee cup, not one good person trying to make it work. For some of you it is, and that's the cycle that's ending. You break the pattern, you break up, you move on, okay? Good things will come to you when you move on. But for some of you, I feel like this is a need to go back and be friends. Rediscover your friendship. Okay? Yes, you have insane chemistry. Yes, you have this like mind-blowing, like this is good. It's good to know that that's there, right? But it's what you need to return to is friendship ultimately. Because that's what drew you to each other, I think, in the end. Anything else we need to know for my lovely viewers before we close out the reading? Anything else we need to know? Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is. We have Illusion, the Moon, okay, and the Queen of Staves. Again, we have two divine partners here, okay? You guys are both equally matched in love and in passion. There is a need for each of you to reveal your feelings and to no longer conceal those feelings, okay? You're a match. Get over it. For those of you where this is the illusion of that match, because some of you, that is the message for you, which makes it confusing, but that's a general reading. For those of you, when the illusion shows itself to you, when the truth presents itself to you, and the truth is not love, is not care, is not showing up for you, or showing up for you even in the sense that they would like, I don't know how to make the distinction for you, because I know that if you're in that situation, it's really hard to see it. Some of you are in that situation, it's time to break away, okay? When the truth shows itself to you, listen, right? But for others of you, when the truth shows itself to you, listen, because it's love and it's passion and it's deep, wonderful connection. Yeah. Look at that. Again, the partnership, the divine partnership. This is a connection full of love. And if this is not the connection full of love for you, then there's a divine partner out there for you and a new beginning in love. So for those of you who are, at the in the party where this is something that you're still going to work on and communicate and try to establish a friendship, there is so much love here, and there is the possibility of a new beginning no matter what has happened between you. Okay? So that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care.